It's a long time coming someone covers this, but yeah, Anna's overrated, and here's why. Okay, so disclaimers are, I think I showed disclaimers already, but I'm going to be talking about mostly Manning. I'm going to talk about mostly Manning. I'm also going to assume like you did all the DLCs before Chapter 10, before the whole aha no rings for you, right? And I think that's the only assumptions, right? I might have missed something. Oh, right, yeah. Well, in Manning, you don't really grind, like, at all. Aside from, like, the bonus EXP you're gonna get, because Manning DLC experience, but other than that, we're not going to assume you get any more than that, So, Anna, might be wondering, well, why is she good, right? Like, why do people seem to say she's good? Okay, well, first of all, it's this. People like to say that, oh, with Anna, there's never any money problems. Counter argument. If you're good at managing your gold, you're never, and I mean never, going to need EXP, like, at all. No, gold, I mean, my bad. You're never going to need, like, more gold than the game already gives you, like, at all. So again, this is kind of pointless. Like, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. This is really nice. This is a really good personal skill. But you're going to have to go through this. This is base Anna, by the way. It's awful. This is one of the most awful bases in the game. Like, relative to join time, this is one of the most awful bases you'll have. Like, it is pathetic. Now, some of you might say, well, Anna, and, oh, right. Which segues, I guess, this, this complaint I know I'm gonna get is another point people likes to bring up about Anna, and that's her growth rates, right? Anna has a 55% in HP, 15 in strength, 50 in magic, 50 in dexterity, 50 in speed, 20 in defense, 35 in resistance, 45 in luck, and 5 in build. People look at that magic growth and they're like, oh, well, that's really good. 50% magic. How can you say no? Well, hate to break it to you, but let's change Anna to mage, shall we? Let's just change Anna to mage, just to see, like, oh, what we're starting with, what we're working with, like, at base. Mage, 9 magic. to give you an idea of how pathetic that is, Clan has 8, and he barely does anything. So if you think 1 extra magic is going to help, boy, do I have some bad news for you. And another thing, if you do change Anna to a mage, right? You change Anna to a mage, right off the bat. You're going back to level 1. You have to get 9 levels for her to promote. Which is an obscene amount of EXP you're going to have to give her. Like, an extreme amount of EXP. Which will result in pretty much everyone else in her army to starve for XP if you decide to dump everything with Anna. Because, this really does not help. Like, let's see. Like, a base fire has 4 weight, so at least she does not lose speed. But, I mean, she's also not doubling anything. She's really not doubling anything. Because, 8 speed, she's not really gonna double anything. To rough comparison, right? In chapter 6, I think. No, wait, no, my bad. Chapter 7, that's the earliest main story chapter you can use Anna in. There's a starting halberdier in Manning with a javelin. Anna cannot double that. Anna cannot double him, like, at all. Unless you give her unless you give her, like, 2 speed wings. Which are, like, an absolutely, it's a crazy amount of investment. So then you're left with a unit with, like, a pretty bad basis, right? Unit with a pretty bad basis. A personal that's, while nice, isn't really needed. And then you're like, oh, to take advantage of the fact she has, like, the highest magic growth in the game, you're stuck with, like, a really bad unit for a long time. Now, you might be saying, well, you could simply just give Anna 5 levels, so she could go to level 10, promote her, and then reclass her. And to that I say, yeah, fair enough. You could do that, absolutely. But, you then have to argue that those second seals are worth it over units like these, right? Like over units like these. These units really want these units. They really want those second seals. You really think it's worth it to like waste the second seal on Anna? No, it really isn't. And even 5 levels can be excruciating considering how pathetic Anna is. Like 19 attack, she is not going anywhere. Oh, and 4 speed. She gets doubled by 9 speed. She gets completely fucked by Pegasus. So then what you're left with is a pathetically bad basis unit with growths that honestly aren't even like super high. She's one of the highest, but it's not like the gap between the highest growth and the lowest growth in this game is not really that huge, like at all. And to top it off, she eats like a massive amount of resources just for her to even start being competitive. So why? Like, why? What's good about this unit? I'll tell you what's good about this unit. If you do post-game grinding. Yeah, she's like one of the best units because, gold is an actual problem. Like if you're gonna like second seal everyone so they can max every stats, yeah, you're going to need this more times than not. But any other playthrough, no, just be good at managing your money, okay? You don't need this. Trust me, you don't need this at all. You just need to be good to get good at managing your gold. Genuinely, Anna is one of the worst units, one of, if not the worst units in the game. It's either her or Jean, which is a complete sack of shit that I will talk about in another video. Trust me, we'll get to Jean. Trust me. But at least Jean has beast staves. While Fram also has beast staves, it's something Jean has that Anna just does not. Now you might be saying, well, Anna could also just use the Micaiah ring. Guess what? Micaiah ring goes away. Micaiah ring goes away after chapter 10. So then you're like, oh, you could go back to mage, and you could just reclass her into a sage, and which is an issue I already brought up, and explained like earlier why that's not a good idea. So, bottom line, no, Anna is a pretty bad unit. Honestly, she's one of the worst units in the game. You could make her work in lower difficulties. In manning, it's tough. It's really tough justifying using her. Let's say you really want to use Anna no matter what. Look, let's just grab Lapis, right? Like I think Lapis, my Lapis gained 1 level, I think. But yeah, she's going to have to fight this, like stat wise, and even as a magic unit, like she's going to have to fight this or this. Like she's not catching up to this. She's not really catching up to this anytime soon, like at all. And this is as a mage knight. As a sage, it's even worse. I guess as a sage, it's even worse. Because the train is immediately useful. Anna has like 9 levels to grow. Which, yes, if you do grind, yeah, absolutely, she'll overtake like Citrine. But no, Anna needs so much babying, it's ridiculous. That's really her core issue. These bases are just too awful. Like, these bases are just too awful to work with. Like, it is unbelievable how bad her bases are. Her growths don't nearly make it up because, remember, Alfred, in total, has a 50% speed growth, but he's never doubling anything because his base speed is awful. His base speed is pretty bad. But his speed growth is pretty nice. It's a coin flip, which is pretty good. Yeah, so imagine if literally everything else about you are, like, worse. Like, literally all your stats are just worse. Aside from, like, magic. Yeah, I think I've made my case. Bottom line, Anna is bad. Anna is a bad unit. Definitely one of the most overrated units in Engage. Absolutely. There's really no... honestly, I'd say she's the most overrated unit in the game. Like, from what I've heard anyway. I don't go into social media a lot because I hate people. But at least to me, right? I've heard a lot of people praise Anna, like she's as if she's one of the best units in the game, which is just blatantly false. In a game about resource management, Anna is just a resource hog, and the returns aren't even that good. You want a mage, stick with Citrine. You want a warrior, just wait until you get Panette, and then you reclass her to a warrior or something. Which, by the way, I am holding a poll about Panette. That's going to be a video, depending on how it turns out, the poll turns out, I guess. But yeah, bad bases, the roads don't nearly make up for it. She eats so much resources. Her PRF isn't needed, like, at all. And for her to even catch up, you're going to need a lot of EXP to even consider using her. So, yeah, probably the most overrated unit in the game. That's all I have to say. Next time, who knows? Maybe I'll talk about Jean, yeah. Yeah, see you later. Bye!